About career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational, or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? It doesn't matter what you're going through
Or what you have been through. Thank God it's fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome. Thank God it's fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God it's fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God it's fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God it's fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational, or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? what you're going through
or what you have been through.
Thank God is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank
God is fabulous.
Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening to all. My name is Fasia Hilton.
Good evening, good evening. Thank God it's fabulous.
Yes.
Another fabulous Friday. And today we want to send shout out to our listeners, our viewers who are celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. We wish you many, many more years to come in your celebration. Okay. So tonight we have a fun-filled evening of information and education for you. Today we're going to be talking about cancer. What is cancer? Who can get cancer? And because it is so packed with information, we might just have to do this twice. So we're going to lay foundations for you today. We will try to make it as simple as possible so that you're able to understand exactly what is going on with cancer. And today we have our good friend watching us from Margibi County in Liberia, Mr. Philip Logan. So that's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We're going to inform you. We're going to educate you. And the next time we come around with this topic, we'll be bringing reality to you. People who've come in contact with cancer, how they survive. People who are going through it right now, how are they going through it? What is it that they can tell you? What do you need to know about it? But before we get started, we'll go ahead and take one short break, and then we will start the show. So please sit back, get ready, get your tea, because as you can see, we always got our hot cup of tea ready to get ourselves rolling. So please sit back and get ready.
It doesn't matter what you're going through
or what you have been through.
Thank God is fabulous. I'm Welda Patey.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous. Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
So we are back, and this evening, hopefully you have your pen and paper handy so you can write down questions that you want to ask, because there are a lot of misinformation about cancer. The first thing I want to throw out there, cancer is not a witch. You can't throw it on anybody. It's not voodoo. You can't throw it on anybody. You can't wish it on your worst enemy. So the reason why I'm saying this, we will find out in a little bit. What is it? How do we get it? Where does it come from? And I want to go so low to lay the foundation. So when you lay in that bed, you'll be like, so this is what they're talking about. But Fasia warned me that that it would be too low and it would be too much information. Some people will get lost in the package deal.
So let us know. We need to know, okay? Because we want to lay that foundation. We want to give you an overview, the framework, so that when you hear the word cancer, at least you have an idea. Because that word is a very, very scary word when you go to your doctor and they tell you that you have cancer. Nobody wants to hear that C word. Yeah. It's like taboo. Yeah. So we had at first we decided to bring the guest on today when we did the commercial, but then she said no, let's go into the nitty-gritty. So she's going to go deeper into the cell generation and all of that. But let us know if it's going too much over your head. Then I will summarize and just break it down and try to make it as simple as possible.
Because that's the teacher in me. I can't help myself. I got to make sure my audience really understand what I'm talking about. And that's the reason why I want to lay this foundation, and I want the bed to be solid. I want you to hear somebody talk about cancer, and I want you to be able to educate them about cancer so that they're not going to Papa Jomo or the Mole Man to pray for them, or the Aladura Church to pray for them for cancer. It doesn't work like that. It's not what it is. So today, I hope I will take you from your first grade, the things you learn that you're like, oh, I know this, but it's gone. No, it's not gone. You remember when we're in grade school?
Your chair is causing too much noise. Can you switch it?
I love this. I'm as tall as Facia now. I like it. So, as I was saying, you remember when we're in grade school and we learn about matter? Matter is anything that have weight and take up space. Is exactly what it is. An atom is a matter. And that matter is made out of molecules. Several molecules come together and they make a matter. And guess what? That's what your cell is. Several different molecules are placed together, and then we call them cell. And cell is the building block for tissues. And tissues coming together, they go to form an organ. And organs coming together, they form an organ system. Organ system coming together, they form the whole organism. So if cell is what starts everything, everything that affects us on the cellular level will affect the whole body, the whole organism. And that's what cancer does. When cells are multiplied during conception, when a man meets a woman and they get together, have a good time, and that sperm cell meets that egg cell, they come together and they form a bond. We call them a zygote. From that zygote, it germinates to different stages until you got a fetus. And then when the fetus come outside, the fetus is now a baby. But that baby came from cells. So what cancer is though multiplication of cells in the body has a genetic signaling that tells every cell what their job description is. So it will tell the lung cell, you're responsible to breathe. You're responsible to take CO2 and put it out and take in O2. So their whole life process, that's all they know how to do. If you were to take lung cell and put them in the heart, they'll be looking around asking each other, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do? Because that's not their area. You don't understand the workings of that organ. That's the way every organ is. So somebody said, what is germinate? Break it down. So germinate is growth. Just growth. When you put a seed in the earth and you cover it with some dirt and you put some water and that seed sprouts up and you see a little leaf on it, that's germination. The seed has germinated. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And I will try not to use any kind of words that my audience will be thrown off about, but I don't know how we're going to do it. We go with inside science. So, we'll watch it and just ask your questions and we'll be able to fix it. So as I was saying now, that cell that is together working, everybody know their job description. And you work according to the post you have. If you're a heart cell, you learn how to beat. And that's your job. Go beat. If you are a bladder cell, you learn how to urinate. That's your job. Go urinate. If you're a mouth cell, learn how to chew and talk and eat and do stuff. But I say this to say that every cell in the body receives their message from the DNA, and that's how they operate. But cancer cells, on the other hand, they don't have no information. They don't receive no instructions. They don't know what they're supposed to do. They don't know where they are. They just come, and because they affect the body on the cellular level, they just multiply. They multiply so fast, and then they fill up the space and push all the working cell out of the way and tell them, we got this. And then they turn to each other to say, what are we going to do now?
Mhm.
Why are we here? And they don't know what to do.
Cancer cell is a hard-headed, the hard-headed friend or child you have that you do not want.
And that's what they do. They just sit there and do nothing. But remember, if they don't do nothing, the organ will not function. So you see the problem? It makes things worse because you just got cells there that don't know the job, but they are in office. And whatever you do, don't bring politics into this because I'm not talking about government business here. I'm talking about cells that don't know their function and they just overpopulate the area and they just sit there. So at the end of the day, the cell that they have populated is going to die because the cell is not working no more. And then you will hear they say, oh, the person got cancer in this area. And the doctors will say, let's go and remove some of those tissues so that we can get rid of the cancer cell. They will go in there and they will try to cut out and take out those cells that are cancerous and no good. But the first thing it do, it starts as a growth. We will say a tumor or just a growth. Now, that growth can either be benign or it can be malignant. Meaning, it can either just stay in that one spot and get bigger and don't affect anything else, or it can travel within the body to other body cells and other organs and cause more damage. Because everything in the body moves through the circulatory system. Everything travels to the blood. So they move from one place to another through that passageway, leaving from one cell to the other if they are malignant. But if they are not, they stay where they are and they just grow bigger. And what you tend to see is either a boil or you see this huge growth, and sometimes you don't understand what's going on. But that's why it's always good to go and have your regular checkup. So, with that being said, Fasia, I will let you go on.
Okay, so TTN has gone over the genealogy, so I will just sum it up, okay? So one might say, okay, everything that she has said, what is cancer? Cancer pretty much is an uncontrollable growth or uncontrollable division of abnormal cells in the body to different parts of the body, okay? So when she talked about this germination, we have billions of cells in our body, all right? So let's just say in the lungs, all right? You have two lungs, the right and the left. Actually, if you want to go atomically, it's three, yeah. All right? Because there's a lower part, but we're not going to go there. But anyway, so the lung has millions and millions of cells. Mind you, I said the entire body has billions of cells, okay? The lung has millions of cells. And so this cell, the foundation, the framework of that cell is what we call the nucleus. Okay, that's the brain of the cell. And so it sends out information for the cell to divide and to give it the message as to what to do. Like for the lungs, it will tell the lungs you have to breathe in oxygen from the outside, and then you breathe it in, and then the lung is able to determine, hey, we're going to take out the carbon monoxide and send it out, the bad gas. Okay. So, and mitosis is that division of cell. The mitosis is the division or the breakdown of the cell into two daughter cells, meaning two identical cells. But this stubborn cancer that we have wants to do its own thing, and it doesn't listen to what, the nucleus. Let's just say the nucleus is our ma, our pa. So the Oma telling us, say, hey, go here, go to the market, go do this. But meanwhile, TTN here don't want to listen. She goes to the market and she go buy her own thing. Instead of going to buy food to cook, she goes to the market and she buys her own thing. So the mitosis, the cell is supposed to divide into two identical daughter cells, and then do what it has to do. But this cancer cell say, I'm not doing that. It will go and divide into different cells, and so many. And it can stay one place, it can stay in the lungs and grow, or sometimes it goes outside the lungs, okay? And it can go to different parts of the body to spread. That's what we call metastasis or metastatic, okay? So, and what carries these cells to different parts of the body? When it starts in the lungs, or if it starts in the breast, or if it starts in the prostate, the circulatory system, the blood system carries the cells. The cancer cells to different parts of the body. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want the cancer to spread. If you have cancer, you want it to stay in a localized area where, they can treat it. But once it's spread, then that's when, your chances, or what we call prognosis, that's another term that we use interchangeably with cancer, is when the doctor tells you, hey, you are diagnosed with cancer, the first thing you think is, what's my prognosis? Am I going to live? Am I going to live after treatment? So prognosis is that your recovery after treatment. What's your recovery after treatment? Is there a chance that you will even make it? Okay.
So another thing to touch on right there, when she said your prognosis, somebody said, but I've been doing everything good. I hope I can get it. Well, let's talk about that. If we're saying that cancer affects cells, that means everybody, anybody, any age can get it, because we all have cells. So what are some of the things that can cause the changes in the body? Well, metabolism, your regular metabolism that you need for your every day-to-day activities. When metabolism happens in the body, you either lose or gain electrons. Now, I want you to pay attention. Even if you didn't pay attention in chemistry class, I need you to pay attention now. You either lose or gain electron. Whenever there is a loss or a gain, there is something called free radicals. They are born. They are born out of your byproducts of metabolism. But the problem with free radicals, they don't like to be alone. So they're always going to look for an electron to complement them. So we know that in chemistry, every shell has a bond, and we call it a covalent bond, where we will have a negative and a positive charge. You must always balance out the negative with the positive. When you hear what people back home, way back in the days, the people didn't wear shoes. They were always on the earth. And we thought that was such a bad thing. Oh, you're a country person. You always got your feet on the ground. Well, let me tell you what that did. It grounded our body to the earth, balancing the negative and the positive in our bodies. But guess what? The white man king, he brought slipper first. We put it on. He was not satisfied. He bought tennis shoes. He was not satisfied. He bought the sneakers with a double layer underneath it. So you in the sneakers, you way up in the air. You can't even touch the dirt. And for us now, to be so civilized, that means you can't walk on your 10 toes. Forgetting to know that you need to put your 10 toes on the earth to ground yourself, negative and positively. But we didn't know these things. So we put on our tennis shoes and we kept going. But what happened over the time when that energy is lost? Free radicals don't want to know. They just go anywhere and they grab that electron that they find missing and they want to take it away. So there is something in our body called antioxidant. Antioxidant is the good guy. Every time he sees free radicals, taking an electron from a shell, he gives an electron willfully. I don't want any problem, so take it. That way, the free radical is now balanced out and he can give no trouble. Because whenever he doesn't have a partner, it's a problem. He goes looking for it. And when he get there and he stay too long there, he causes problem. There is something called oxidative stress. When too many free radicals are in one place, that's what they do. They create this oxidative stress that can damage protein, lipids, and DNA. And you know that's how we are. From our DNA, we send message everywhere. So when they damage this, now we got a serious problem to deal with. So how can we stop this? Don't ever plan in your mind to get rid of free radicals and say, oh, since they are the ones who can cause the trouble, let's get rid of them. You are sadly mistaken. Because they are like porcupine gut. They are too greasy to throw away and too bitter to eat. The reason why I say that is because in as much as their capabilities of forming oxidative state and getting onto cancer cells is highly likely, they are also good friends with our immune system because of their ability to carry on cells death. Now think about it. If cells were just being born and they can't die, that would be a problem for the body too. Look at your skin. If your skin didn't regenerate new skin, how you will look shiny and fresh? That would be a problem. But because of cell death, that can happen. And every day your skin can look good. Those who bleaching can continue bleaching, putting more cream there to clear the old one. And the skin cell is one of those cells that are fast generating, and it generates from the bottom to the top. So can you imagine if that was not happening, you would look dusty all the time. No matter how you take bath, you will wash all that stuff or your skin, they'll be right back there because there is no death. They're just there. So we need them. Think about it. When you got bacteria, when you got virus, when you got pathogens that will affect your body, now your immune system uses free radicals to go ahead and take care of that problem by killing them off. So you don't really want to get rid of free radicals. But what you want to do with them is give them more antioxidants so that it can balance all every electron in the shell that the free radicals is looking for. So where do we get antioxidant from? You get it from your food. That's why you are what you eat. Mm-hmm. It is no joke. What you put in your body is you. You want to eat fried food? Go right ahead. Because guess what? At the end of the day, that's one of the foods that is high in causing cancer because they germinate so fast. We want to eat out, but we don't know what people are cooking for us. So we will go eat stuff. And everything you eat, when it gets into your body, it gets on a chemical level and it starts to change and act in its chemical. You know the body is majority water, right? And water is H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. Well, guess what? That's what free radicals want to connect to it. They want to go and take these hydrogens. They want to bond with them. And every time they bond with them, they leave the shell empty. So if you don't have enough antioxidant in your diet, then you will leave that shell empty and giving free radical more chance to run around and make trouble for you. Because remember, they are unstable molecule. So you can't trust them with nothing. As Marcia said, they are hard-headed.
Very hard.
And they get there and they cause damage to your DNA, they cause damage to your lipids, and they cause damage to your proteins. And remember, your protein are the building blocks. So if you mess up the proteins, we are in big trouble than we imagine. So What can you do? Now, what I want you to think about, I want you to think about the environment that you live in. All that exhaust smoke in the air, that's pollution. It messes with your cells on the cellular level. Smoking, I love my boyfriend so much. He smoke, I don't smoke, but you sit there and you inhale the secondhand smoke. Pollution in your body. Every day something wrong with you. You just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. At the end of the day, I want x-ray, I want x-ray. Too much x-ray, no good. The Bible look at all of them and show up in one simple sentence. Anything without moderation is a problem.
Definitely.
But we never understood that till now. Anything, even eating, if you overeat, you can affect your cells. You can change them. Mutation. You eat too much. When you eat, your body have enzymes that tell you you're full, that have enzymes that tell you you're hungry. But if you eat too much, you will not give them chance to work. You will never give them chance to work. And at the end of the day, what you're looking for? Trouble. Trouble. So you have to think about what you're putting in your body. What are you eating? Are you so busy that you eat so fast you don't give yourself time to chew your food? Now, at the end of the day, you're causing your stomach to work harder producing the hydrochloric acid to make the food go down. Your body has to work. But if you overwork them, you cause them to be lazy. Because at the end of the day, they all pack up and go somewhere else and sit down. Some people have the tendency of saying, oh, I got sweet tooth. Sweet tooth. Guess what? When you eat sweet, your pancreas has to go to work. It goes to your islet of Langerhans. It tells your beta cell, produce insulin, so they can go out there and pick up all this sugar that's passing around in the blood. Because when insulin doesn't go to pick up sugar, sugar is another hard-headed buddy. It said, let's go see what trouble we can cause today.
Oh, yes.
And the same way you see sugar when you put it in the pot and melt it, that's how sugar is in your body. So they have the tendency to cause roadblock. And where do they cause roadblock? In the blood cells.
Yes.
When they cause roadblock, nothing gets beyond them. They are like, I don't want to say Ekomosoya.
No,
they are like brain police.
Seriously.
When they put roadblock,
you talk about sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer cells feed off of sugar. They love sugar. So that is a no-no.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going off the subject here, but you know, when we diagnose a patient with cancer, or if they do let's just say the patient did a CAT scan and what we call a CT scan, and we see a nodule, which is a tumor on the lungs. I'm using the lungs because I do lung cancer. Sorry, I'm biased to the lungs. But we see a spot on the lungs, and we say, hey, this spot is too big, you know. And when I say big, what am I talking about? I'm talking about anything that is a centimeter or more. And you're saying, well, what is a centimeter? You know, so a centimeter is like the size of a frozen peas. You know, the peas that we put in that we cook, mixed with jollof rice or what have you. That is the size of a frozen peas. That's a centimeter. So if we see that, then we'll say, oh, we will order a PET scan. Okay, the PET scan, what they do is they take some radioactive sugar and give it to the patient, and then when they take the picture, it lights up on the PET scan. I'm just trying to explain, you know, sugar. I know it's going far above, but I'm just trying to let you know that and that's how we see the cancer cells on the PET scan. So she was talking about antioxidant, okay, or antioxidant, tomato, potato, however way you however way you want to pronounce it. Okay, I say antioxidant. Some people say antioxidant. Yeah. Same thing. Just give me my money, you know. So antioxidant, you know, we hear this word a lot, even in the beauty section, you know, on commercial. Oh, aging, you
Yep.
get antioxidant.
Mhm.
Okay, but pretty much what that is that it inhibits oxidation. And one would say, what is oxidation? Oxidation is when an element reacts to oxygen. So you know how sometimes you go to do your makeup. I'm just trying to break it down. Okay, you know how sometimes you go and do your makeup and they say, oh, let's wait for the makeup to oxidize on your face, then you will get the true color. That's what it means. Let's wait, let the makeup dry, and you know the air, oxygen touches it, and then it will show you your true color. That's oxidation. So you will say, but so what are the foods that we can eat that will help, that has high antioxidant or that is helpful in cancer? So vitamin C, anything that has vitamin C in it, oranges, you can eat oranges, you can do carrots, you can do berries, any of the berry families, the blueberries, the blackberries, the strawberries, those are all high in antioxidant. You can do broccoli. You can do any type of green leafy vegetables, like kale, like for us, potato greens, collard greens, any type of green leafy vegetable. But kale is I think kale is one of the highest, has one of the highest amount of antioxidant. So I just wanted to add that there. Even broccoli, not broccoli, garlic. Garlic is good as well. Okay, so I will let Ian continue.
So now you're like, if everything around me is going to be causing all these problems for me, how do I live? Well, you better live right. You better eat right.
Yeah.
You better sleep right. You better drink enough water. Because at the end of the day, your immune system will have to work. The environment you live in accounts for a lot. And if what I eat becomes me, I better eat right. I better sleep right. Do you know that if you don't even sleep right, you can cause changes in your cellular level?
Mm-hmm.
Because we talk about the loss of electrons. Anything that metabolically happens in your body, you will lose or gain electrons. And once there's a loss or a gain, oxidation will take place. Too much oxidation or free radicals, now we got changes. So you can't run from it. What you can do, prevent it. You will hear people saying organic. The reason why organic got so popular is because organic food's supposed to be without pesticides. The pesticides that they put on our food to make them grow big, take the pests away so they don't eat the food before we get it. When we eat the food, those pesticides are now on the inside of our body.
Mm-hmm.
So it changes everything. So then they come up with this trick. They say, this is organic, meaning I didn't put no pesticides on it. But that's a lie. Because how much organic food can you grow without putting chemical to keep the animals away, the pests away? We need the pest. When life was created, everything was set into balance. The pest must eat on our fruits so that they cause the fruit to grow, and everybody got their part to play. But humans, we always have to change the program. We're tired with the plants eating a little bit of the tomato, so we will spray the tomato so that they can't eat it. Well, if they don't eat it, you will not eat it either. Because guess what? That pesticide you spray to get rid of that pest, when you eat that food, the chemical combination of the pesticide now gets to your body chemistry, there's a change. Now we're going to have some mutation going on. It's sad, but that's the world we live in today. If you ask me, we should all go back to the farm and get some fresh food.
Yes, and this organic stuff, when we're back home, all this organic stuff that they're paying all the money for, extra, we have it back home. We grow our food naturally. even though, and we use fertilization, but it's natural fertilization. The cow manure, the chicken manure, the our chicken, our cow, they're all fed naturally, so we don't have to worry about that. But here, these are chemicals that they make, and they spray it on the crops. Just yesterday, I was eating apple. I love apple and peanut butter. So I ate the first apple. I washed it. I can wash my vegetable with soap and water. I wash it, and I have the apple slicer. I slice it and ate it. The second time, somebody said, "Oh, wash it with hot water," so because the apple was cold from the refrigerator. So I boiled the water in a kettle, and I washed the apple. Mind you, wash it though. Then I took the hot water and I poured it on that same apple. When the apple dried, the whole thing was white.
Ooh.
The skin of the apple. Yes, true story. It was white. I say this because it is the pesticide that they sprayed on those apples. So
and the food coloring to make it look good in the supermarket.
And so, mind you, I ate the first apple with the skin on it. Okay, but you know what I did? I peeled that second apple.
As if that's gonna save the apple.
Yeah,
if it
because
got
I already ate the first one that was looking like that, but because my eyes didn't see it, now my eyes saw the apple that changed color to. I mean, it had a white film on it. When I say white, I mean there's a white film on the skin of the apple.
Yep.
Try it, and you will see
Yep.
what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the things that we eat every day, it's just God that got us here.
You know what? You can say that again.
I'm
Because
telling you.
at the end of the day, everything that is made here, they put preservatives on it. They preserve it because they don't want to lose out. Look, they're so business minded and money oriented. They don't care about us.
Yes.
They really don't care about us. Many days I sit back and I'm like, oh my God, if you were home now, you will get fresh potato green. You'll get fresh cassava leaf. But yeah, when we're there, we start complaining the day I leave the country, I'm coming by here. They not bring, oh yeah, we're here.
We're here.
The things we encountering here is no joke.
It's not. I mean, look at our kids. The kids, you born them today, tomorrow, they grow like, I mean, 8-year-old has knots on their chest, and having their cycle.
Can you imagine that?
It's because of all the hormones they feed the animals, the chicken that we eat. Hey, mass production.
Yeah. And guess what? We say we want technology, right? But all this technology is affecting our ozone layer. And guess what? You affect the ozone layer, you changing our skin. You're bringing cancer to us.
Yes.
We are even thinking about it. You're bringing it to us. Do you know the sun is good for vitamin D? But do you know too much sun can cause your skin to change?
Yeah. Thank God for the melanin in ours,
That's the lucky part. So you see our counterparts wants to be like us sometime and they go in the tanning bed. That's high level for cancer.
Yes, very high. Yes.
You're not supposed to do that.
It is.
The people who decide they're black skin, what God gave them, they not want. They will bleach it until it turn white. Not cancer you're working with. Because you are changing the cellular level of that organ. The integumentary system is a whole system by itself. That's your skin. You're changing it when you mess with your skin like that. Yeah. When you eat, you say you want to eat until your stomach be full when you can't breathe. That's not good. You're stretching on that stomach cell. That's not what they're for. You're supposed to give your body chance for your enzymes to work. Whenever you smell food, normally you start to salivate. The saliva starts to come in your. That's the beginning of the whole process of digestion coming on. We have leptin, we have ghrelin. These things are there to say, listen, you're full. If you chew your food well, you will not eat a whole lot because your body has the tendency to kick in with an enzyme that will tell you you are full. Even after eating only 2 spoons. But because you chew it a lot, you enable the enzyme to work. We don't. WAP should go down. We don't eat well. We don't drink well, but we say we don't want a disease that is around us. No, it will affect us because our attitude. If you don't want cancer, you have to have a lifestyle change.
That's it. Yes.
You got
have
to
to.
eat healthy. You got to exercise. Now, listen to me. Let me be very clear about this. No extraneous exercise that can change your cellular level too. Because remember, I said anything that causes metabolic action will change, will cause you to lose electrons, right? And whenever we lose electrons, free radicals are formed. And now they're going to look for self. So anything you do in abundance, you're looking for trouble. Don't do it. Take your time. Regular walking, regular exercise. Don't do too much of what is not necessary. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your environment. Nobody with you, let me tell you now, because our people have come to the understanding that when they come here and the doctor diagnose them and say you have cancer, they jump in the plane, they head into Liberia. Now the plane of the cancer medicine here. Well, technically it is there. It's in your food. If you don't eat right, you will not find it. So if you really understand the whole idea of the cells, then you can go to Liberia and get cured from cancer. You can. But what do you know to do? It will take you a whole bag of apple to give you the quantity of antioxidant you may need. It will take you a whole bag of berries to bring the antioxidant you may need in the quantity you need it for. So it has to be a part of you. It has to be a regular stuff. And all the things they're lying to us here, this one got this, they got pesticides on it. So they bring the antioxidant food, the berries, the strawberry, the blueberries, the blackberry. They bring it to us. We see it. We're like, yeah, I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to eat a lot of antioxidant food. Guess what? They're not supposed to put pesticides on it.
So you can't win for losing.
You can't win for losing.
You cannot win for losing. But so one would say, well, what are the symptoms of cancer?
Yep.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of
symptoms, but first I'll go with the lungs. You know, that's my baby. So unexplained weight loss is big. So if a patient comes to me and tell me, oh, Facia, I've been losing weight. I've lost about 30 pounds in the last 2 months. That is not normal. And then I'll ask them, well, are you dieting? Are you eating three meals a day? And they're telling me, oh, no, I'm not dieting. I'm eating regularly. You know, I don't have any problem with my teeth. So I'm chewing well. That is a problem. I'll do a cancer workup on you. If they are coughing up blood, that is a no-no. If they're having shortness of breath, that is a no-no. Then you can have abnormal bleeding. Let's just say a female has been in menopause for a couple of years, because we don't diagnose a woman as in menopause unless her period has stopped for a complete year. No breakthrough bleeding within that year. So let's just say you're 40-something, you're into early menopause, and your 40s, your 50s, you didn't have your menses. So that's 10 years. And then all of a sudden, you see yourself bleeding. Or even if you're spotting, do not overlook it. Go to your doctor. That is not normal. Okay? If you feel any lumps in your breast, go to your doctor. That's why it's very important that you do monthly breast exams. So every woman's breast has seeds in it or lumps. But once you get to examine your breast on a monthly basis, you get to know the feel of your breast. So if you feel anything abnormal, you want to go to your doctor. For guys, the testicles, those two seeds that are in there, it should be only 2 seeds, and not only for older men,
not 2.5,
but young boys as well. they are supposed to, just how women do self-breast exam monthly, they are supposed to examine the testicles monthly. So for the guys that are watching, please, every month, and I tell people do the first of the month because every month has the first. Not every month has 30 days. 31 days. Most months has 30 days, but then you got February that's stubborn, like Cancer. It can either have 29 days or it can have 28 days. So I tell my patients, use the first of the month. You will not forget the first of the month. So examine your breast. Men, examine your testicles. You're in the shower, and the best place to do it is in the shower when you're standing up. Don't lie down. I tell my patients, stand up. You're in the shower, you raise your arm up, and you do that circular motion, 360 degrees. And you start from the outer, and you come in. Okay? And then you do the same thing with the other one. For guys, you got those 2 sacks there. You feel it. Feel both of them. There should be only 2. Again, if you feel anything that feels like 3, that feels like a frozen peas, and I keep telling, or if you don't know what frozen peas is, it feels like a peanut, a little small peanut. Go to your doctor. Yes, you can get testicular cancer. This is different from prostate cancer. Testicular cancer is outward. It's those two seeds. Prostate cancer is inside your rectum. It's the exam that you don't let
a doctor to do, especially when the doctor got big fingers.
Like me. And I have patients that come in when I tell them, sir, I need to do your prostate exam, and then they look at my hand. And then they're like, oh no, I don't know.
So there's a question here. The person say, at which age? So I don't know where is the question going.
For what?
For which age for what? If you're asking at which age you can get cancer, any age can get cancer.
Any age.
Babies can get cancer. Remember, I said we all have cells, and cancer attack the cells. When the cells have changes, that's what cancer is.
And especially if you have a strong family history of cancer. Now, when I say strong family history, I don't mean your cousins. I mean your parents, your mom, your pa, your grandma, your grandpa, your auntie and uncles. Those are your brothers and sisters. Those have strong family history of cancer. So if you have strong family history of breast cancer in the female, then you need to make sure you do your self-breast exam and do your mammogram.
So somebody is asking, how do you do the self-breast exam? So when you are in the shower,
when you're in the shower, you want to raise. I'm right-handed, so I start off with my dominant hand. So if your dominant hand is your left hand, whichever breast you want to start off first, but you put your hand up on your head and you're standing in the shower, and I tell them to go from the outer, and then you feel, you pad, you feel, and come around, and then you come inside.
And make sure you don't have no wire bra on.
Yeah, exactly. You feel until you get to the nipple. You feel, you push down, and then you also want to squeeze the nipples.
And make sure there's no discharge.
And then you do the thing. Was that a guy that asked how to do it? And we're 2 dummies here.
That's a good one. You like, let the girls play with their breast. Wow, that was a good one.
So that's it. And then for the guys with your testicles, like I said, you have those 2 seeds in there. Feel it. No, it doesn't mean that you're playing with yourself. Feel it. Make sure there's 2 seeds. Every month you do it.
So she's asking, at what age should we start going for testing of the breast? You will test the breast by the time the breast start growing. Like you will do that one to the house.
Yeah,
but I guess what you're asking about is mammogram.
Yes. Women 40, they start doing the mammogram.
Wait now. If you have family history,
yes,
then your own time is way early. Way early. Okay.
So it makes a difference.
So if you have no strong family history of it, we say start at 40, 50, go get your breast smashed.
Every year.
Every year, go smash it.
Every year you do your physical. You're paying for the insurance. Why not go to your doctor and have it done? And you know what, though? I used to, I was, like I said, I've been in the healthcare field since I was young. Okay. So I had not experienced a mammogram when I used to send my patient out to get a mammogram. Yeah, no, serious. And they would come back and, people used to say, oh, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts.
That's not even true.
And when I went to get my mammogram, it wasn't that bad at all.
No, they made it seem like
I
you
mean,
put
I
your
was
breast
so
in and
paranoid,
would snatch
snatch
it. That's
Yes.
not true.
And I was afraid because mine is fuller, so I said, it's going to squeeze. And no.
Mine is so little that they had to help me put it on the thing so it to come together. It was hard.
Yeah, it is not bad at all. I'm telling you.
It is not
on
bad
a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's a 1.
It's a 1. For
Seriously.
real. Ain't
People
even trying
just
to
scare
make
you.
it up.
It doesn't hurt at all.
No, it doesn't.
So please go and get your breast exam, your mammogram. And for the guys, when you are 40 and above, go and get your prostate check. In fact, it's not an option for me. You come to see me, you're a guy. I'll put those gloves on and we will do that prostate check. It's going to save your life.
It will. It will.
It is
and
going to save
a
your
lot
life.
of times we overlook going for wellness check. Look, and I don't blame us, especially we Liberians.
African
we don't do those things.
Not
when you you keep moving. But there are a lot of things that today you understand that happens on your cellular level, that before you find out what's going on, it has affected other things. So before you get to that point, you've already taken care of it. Yes. But if you go for your checkup regularly, your annual checks, they will do blood work for you. Remember, we say everything travels in the blood, right? Mm-hmm. That's why the people always want to do blood work, to do some tests and see what will show up. Yeah, please,
it's important.
Go visit a doctor. Let him be your friend.
You can go today and get your physical exam, and next year you can go and they will find something. Look, I have a girlfriend, and I will try to see if she can come on when we do the next episode. This lady is a health fanatic. She works out. She goes to her doctor regularly, and she's one that does her mammogram. Tell everybody to go do her mammogram. She and my daughter went to the same high school, and they play basketball, and they play travel basketball together, an American lady. And so 2 weeks ago, I'm reading on Facebook, and I see this long post of her, and she's in the hospital. Because at first I thought, how people post things and you read at the bottom it's a fake, mm-hmm. and they say, oh, please share. So I just thought she was joking. But when I saw her picture in the hospital gown, and she's saying that she had breast cancer and she had surgery, I called her. And she said, yes, Facia, I did my regular checkup. Everything is just this second time when I went, my doctor saw something. And she said, oh, we need to do a checkup, do a further testing. And she had breast cancer. So it can pop up anytime. Even with this lung cancer that I do, I can scan a person today. Though they are smokers, so the risk is a little higher, but I can scan them today and it says negative. And next year they come, there's a huge nodule or tumor, but the good thing is we're screening them, so we find it early and we can do something about it.
Yes. So there are a lot of things you can do to be able to help yourself. Regular checkups. If you're a smoker, stop smoking. Mm-hmm. If you love somebody and they will smoke for you, secondhand smoke will get you. Yes. Be more active. Don't eat and sleep. Eat more plant-based product. Limit your alcohol intake. Enough faction. That back in the days, the people lied to us. They told us, say, drinking and smoking was the faction. That lie, they lied to us. No. Those things change your cells on a whole different level.
Agents.
Wash your weight. The men say they like big butt, but they forget to know that when the butt coming, it can come with fat. And the fat going other places ain't got no business going. Lord, if he want you because you don't have no butt, sister, live. Don't kill yourself because of that. Wash your weight. Walk more. Protect your skin. If you have to be out in the sun, put your SPF 30 on your skin. Protect your skin. Wear hats. Don't just get out there.
And it's a misconception that we with the melanin don't need suntan.
That's not true. We get burned.
We get burned.
We get burned. You know, I'm telling you, I have been here for maybe like 15 years. When I went home, oh my God, I got sunburned.
Yes.
It was funny to me. I'm like, an African getting sunburned in Africa. This is ridiculous. But yes, because I have been here for a while, my body has changed. Without me even thinking about it, getting on the continent, and it was so hot, it was a whole different level for me. But don't overlook it. You yourself can get skin cancer. Don't say because, oh, I only live in Africa, so that's not for me. No, it can happen. Take your vaccines. Get screened. HPV is one of those vaccines that they have talked about for young girls. I'm a health worker, and I will tell you right now, I ain't with it.
I'm with
but
it.
You're supposed to be with it.
Yes.
Because it helps save life.
Yes. When parents come to me and ask me and I'll tell them my opinion. It's your choice.
Yep.
But that HPV vaccine, 100%.
Yep.
It can save your children's life. And they've changed it now. It used to be from age 11. Now it's from age 9. You know, because no, seriously.
Somebody said, but our skin black now.
Well,
yes, Mama, it's because of the melanin.
Helps, but we still, especially if you're going somewhere where it's hot, let's just say back home, or even if you're going to Dubai where it is extremely hot, you need that sunscreen.
Do we have a caller on the line?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. Caller, please state your name.
You don't know me, Professor?
Oh,
but just for the audience.
Professor, for the audience now.
I just kidding. This is Jeremiah Silly.
Oh, Jeremiah, how are you?
Yeah, how you guys? I've been following holistically through I'm driving.
Okay.
Out of town.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys thank you very much for the educative show you guys are having. And it is important that we do all of our check, as you said, our wellness and everything. But it's a very good topic because a lot of people just hear about cancer, but they really don't know about cancer.
Right.
And listening to you guys providing all of the necessary information, I feel like, yeah, I should call a little bit to contribute with my quota. You know, I did extensive research in cancer when I was in graduate school, especially specifically melanoma. Okay. So using animals and cell studies, I even published in Kotaki as a first author of cancer. Okay. So I have a very depth understanding of cancer therapy. Okay. And as you said, just to go over what you said, just to add up something is that we talk about cancer, we talk about the multiplication of the cells. The main thing to allow us to know is that cells are causing problems that leads to cells, either they are over multiplying or there's a form of mutations that cause cancer. Mm-hmm. But then, as much as these cells are part of the process of the cancer, what we got to understand is how these cells start being affected is what we call the DNA damage.
Yep.
So your cells is made out of this code that make all the DNA sequencing A to T, G to T, and then that. Yep. So any mutations, every time your cells are replicated, all your growth cells or whatever cells are replicated, when they are forming, there's always an obstruction or mutations that take place. Either they mispair or they don't pair well, or they start causing damage and causing inflammations and causing these cells to metastasize.
Yep.
So that causes effect. So when you look at the specific DNA damage has to occur in exogenous and endogenous way. Exogenous way is when you have ultraviolet light, ionization radiations. And then when you're talking about endogenous way, when the DNA itself damaged or there's a replication error or repair in the mechanisms.
Yes.
So all of this can happen. So when you were talking about the free radical, yes, that's an exogenous pathway because UV lights. That's why sometimes they say don't be exposed to large radiation. UV lights, ionization radiations, where you have free radicals floating in space, which is the electrons, as you said, as you explain the electrons are what negative charge.
Yeah.
Right? And the water that have H2O, they are positive charge, they protonated. So it can get protonated by the water. So there's something we call hydroxyprotonation.
Yeah.
That may happen when you put water and electrons together. So those electrons are inside there. They're supposed to be 2 by 2 in your body. But then if one is not there, the one that is unpaired is very difficult to deplete.
Yeah.
Now, because it's so difficult to deplete, that's the one that causes free radical reactions to take place.
Yep.
However, though it's difficult to replace, there are a lot of things you can do to replace it, or there are a lot of ways you can mimic your system for that one elections to be attached. Since it's already negative charge in out there, if you put protonated stuff in your system, it will bound to it.
Yep.
So that's some of the examples for looking at cancer as a whole. I would like to go more extensive, but it's hard. Well, let me just go over ionization radiation. When you're talking about radical, you talk about you have direct, indirect actions. The direct actions happen when your DNA damage directly.
Yep.
So they refuse to care what the indirect action is happening through a free radical, and that is when the test of displays of your election reactions. So water can help a little bit, but it's not as much. But when we have generated hydroxyl radical, then we can fix that particular problem. So I just want for us to look at cancer as a complicated thing. But
very complicated, yes.
Very. Because
very.
It's hard for you to explain cancer to the lay person.
It is. Thank you.
Even for me to explain it to somebody, it's hard because of the science.
Yes.
So I really want to appreciate you guys. You guys are doing well for our community, and I will encourage you guys to continue to do some of these educational series. And as you guys said, there will be a second round of the show. A second round of the show I would like to come on to just provide the pathophysiology. I know there's a lot of therapy. I would like to provide more in depth of the pathophysiology because the different kind of cancer has different kind of gene that can affect your cells.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And the breast cancer has different gene from the prostate cancer gene. The prostate cancer gene has different gene from the lung cancer gene. And what you are saying is that there can be a little things in the intestine. That's why in your testicles. That's why it's good to test. But you guys know sometimes even though you test, you see a little stuff there. You go and test. It may not be cancer, it may be something different, but it's good to check because it could be the dislocation of your large intestine. We can call onion. So all of things could be dislocated. So our normal check are very essential for us to be healthy. Thank you very much again, and I keep watching and following as I drive.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
so
Soleil.
much,
We'll
Jeremiah.
definitely love
Thank
to
you
have
so
you
much.
on the second episode next week.
So
he said a word, mutation. So let's just for the everyday man. One would say, well, mutation, that's a big word. Like Philip would say, my mind listening.
Please break it down.
Please break it down. But pretty much, mutation just means an alteration, a change in the cellular structure.
Yep.
That's the easiest way I can break it down for you guys.
That's it.
Yes. So it's just an alteration or just a change in that cellular structure.
So please try to take care of you. You are the one that is in charge of this body of yours. Eat well, sleep well. I know some people, they find themselves in a situation where they don't have a choice, they think, so they do night shift. Just not sleeping at night, it alters your circadian rhythm. That change has an effect on your cellular level.
So that's
why if you
have to sleep.
If you do night shift, you come home during the day. If you're not careful, you can still be sleepy while you think you already had some rest. But no, it's because you have changed some things with your sleep time. Nighttime, we're supposed to close our eyes. Daytime, we open it. But we're working. We're on the clock. We got other things to do. So we don't normally have that capability to do, stay awake in the day. We go to work or sleep.
Sleep has no mercy. I remember when I was in school, I used to go to work. When you're in nursing school, they tell you, work 15 hours. And I had to tell them yes, but I did a full-time job. So I would go to school in the morning, leave school, go to work 3 to 11:30, come home, study, do that hard nursing care plan until 5 o'clock in the morning, then get up, get ready again to go to clinicals at 6 o'clock in the morning. Isabella and I and Sis Clara, that I call Big Girl, we used to work at a facility together. Some days when I come, I'm so tired. Look, I'm standing and I'm walking. I'm standing, walking, and I'm sleeping. Sleep has no mercy. And then they would tell me, Facia, just go in the room and sleep. I'm telling you, during the day, or like around 4 o'clock p.m., They will suggest go in the station and sleep. We'll cover for you.
We'll wake up you when it's necessary.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, look, some people take it for granted. Oh, I know how to manage my sleep. You're drinking Red Bull, you're drinking Monster, you're drinking all this stuff. All these things have changes on the
And we need
cellular
to do a
level.
show on that Monster. That energy
my
drink.
God, you have
Energy
no
drink
idea
and
what energy
vaping.
drink can do.
Will be an episode.
Yes.
Let me write it down. Energy
Yes.
drink and
Yes.
vaping.
Yes. I'm telling you, it's sad, but it's true. Because we have to keep up what we are doing. So we do what we think we have to do, but we are hurting ourselves. We are hurting ourselves. And I mean, you can't kill the body and expect life to be good, because the body don't play that nonsense. It doesn't. So you have to be careful. At this time, we open the floor for callings. If you got questions, you want to call in with it, call in, because tonight we're leaving here in the next 20
No, in
minutes.
the next few minutes.
Yes.
Okay,
By 7:30, we're out of here. So please, if you have questions, if you have burning things that are bothering you, like, okay, I want to know about this, ask, because this series goes on to the next level, because we want to be able to set the ground rules like we did today, because next week when we bring people on, now you understand what we're talking about. So we have a caller here, Miss Vera. Miss Vera, you are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You're on live, Vera.
Okay, good. Well, thank you, ladies, for the very important topic today. We appreciate you guys today. We really appreciate the topic, and for the very important topic today.
You're going in and out, Vera.
Yeah, that's my granddaughter. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I just wanted to say that the last topic that you just brought on about the Red Bull and the energy drink. I mean, the entire energy drink.
Yeah, and vaping.
Yes.
Well, we will make that a topic as well.
Yeah, I think we need to make that we need to do that energy drink topic. Like it's very important, because it's vaping. Because what I'm saying, why I'm pressing on the energy drink is because in Liberia, the energy drink is very important to the Liberians. I don't know why. They drink that stuff like if they are drinking soft drink.
Oh, water.
Yes.
They don't know that it's a number one killer.
It is. It can cause heart attack. It has so many bad side effects.
Get like maybe 6 to 7 cases of energy drink at their body.
Yes.
And it's very high in sugar too.
It is very high in sugar. It's so strong. They don't know.
It is the amount of sugar in it that a cancer cell love to feed on.
Yes, and it has the caffeine.
Yes,
so the caffeine is not good for your heart.
So maybe when you come back next time, we can put more lights on that.
We will.
To get some people education on that.
Yeah. Thanks, Vera.
It's true. Thank you so much, Vera, for calling in. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, this is a very important topic. And also, please feel free to send us suggestions as to which topics you guys want to hear about. There is no topic that is a stupid topic or a non-important topic. If you are thinking it, somebody else is thinking it too. That's why when I'm teaching, I tell my students, if you have a question and you try to ask that, there's somebody else that is also thinking that question. There's no question. it's a stupid question.
Yes, no question is stupid. Look, some Masa is just too much. You see, alteration is a big word. Okay, sorry for using alteration here. But you know, all jokes aside, there are a lot of things that people are bringing to us anymore, and we are not investigating it.
No.
And we're just jumping on board. Please, if you go to the store to buy something, can try to read the label.
Read it.
If it got preservatives, if it got additives,
Read it.
leave it alone. The
Yes.
preservatives and additives will act differently in your body on a cellular level. Now you wonder why somebody wish you. Cancer did not wish. So now you start getting sick. Oh, the person was jail here, the other day she was healthy. It's on the cellular level that the damage is happening. So at the end of the day, by the time you come back here, they say you got cancer, now you're mad. But please take care of yourself. Please take care of your neighbors around you. Even your neighbor who you live in, if you got it dirty, it's polluted, you can affect yourself from that same pollution.
Environmental changes. Mhm.
Because guess what? Anything you inhale, it goes through your nostrils and then it enters into your lungs. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Take care of your environment. We know we not mess up this earth that God gave to us. We have messed it up really good. To the point now we have a hole in our ozone layer. And we ain't even worry about that part because that one's bigger than anything else. Because if we don't fix those little things now, the bigger one comes and there's nothing you can do about it. Babies anymore are getting cancer cells. Can you imagine that?
Mhm.
We know cancer can affect anybody, but why the babies? Because of mutation. Because of mutation.
Yeah, a lot of children get cancer. And you know, the thing is some of them get the rare kind of cancer. That's why we have the St. Jude Hospital. It's just for children. That hospital is full of children with cancer, unfortunately. You know, and I just want to also shed light, you know, we're talking about breast cancer and we are tying it to women, but men are also at risk.
Yeah.
They're getting breast cancer. It's pretty common. So men, check your breast as well. Check your breast as well. Men can get cancer in the breast. So if you feel a lump, maybe men need to start doing self-breast exam as well. You know?
So somebody say, what's about smoking marijuana? So let me be frank with you. Marijuana is a natural herb. But anything you do without moderation, there comes the problem.
Yes, and it's that smoke. The smoke alone
The
is
smoke is the problem.
It is that smoke.
Take your marijuana and drink it as tea.
There hasn't been studies, you know, because when I'm screening patients for lung cancer, you know, if they are smoking and they tell me, oh, I quit smoking, but I still smoke marijuana, I still have to consider them as a current smoker. There's no way to calculate, you know, their smoking pack year, but you still consider them as smokers. So to answer your question, that smoke that you're ingesting is the carcinogen part.
She said Liberia is very dirty and polluted. So just put your mask on when you go out so it can trap whatever is coming in the air. And guess what? When you start wearing the mask to save yourself, the next thing the people say that you don't want sick and making them sick. So at the end of the day, this is not a laughing matter.
It's not.
It is a serious matter.
It's serious.
You
and
know?
I know each of us here, we know we either have a family or know someone that have had cancer, you know, or have had a demise from cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and with cancer, we talk about the causes, what it is, you know, the environmental changes, but what's the treatment? There's 3 types of treatment with cancer. Okay, the first one, and it's not in order, it just depends on the type of cancer, where it is, how they can get to it. So it can either be by surgery or by radiation. So surgery is where they go and cut that spot that has the cancer out. Okay, that's surgery. Radiation is where they take the radiation, take the machine and put it at that particular spot of the cancer and treat it, what is it, radiologically.
Yeah.
Okay. Tongue tying. All right. But then you have a side effect, and every form of treatment has side effects. So the surgery, we all know side effects of surgery. They're cutting into your body. It can put you at risk for infection, life-threatening situations. The radiation, so literally they are burning that spot with the radiation.
Trying to kill off the cancer
cells. It can affect, so it has to be precise, meaning they have to calibrate that machine that it will just put the radiation that burning on that specific spot, and they're burning your skin and inside where that cancer is. So that's side effect as well. And then the third type of treatment is chemotherapy. That's the one we hear most of the time.
No buster joint, just go for all things.
Chemotherapy, they and that's why people lose their hair. You get the chemotherapy, you can get nauseated when you go after the treatment. But I think the guy that's coming on, he said he did some little tips that he would give that would help, when you go and get the chemotherapy, because they are injecting or giving you this substance that you're putting in your body to kill those cancer cells systemically.
And the cancer cell has a marker on them, and then the medication can recognize them and try to kill them up. But even with that, it still gets good cell in the token. Yes. And at the end of the day, that's why you see people who are undergoing chemo, they don't have no appetite, because cancer cells, they can't survive with all food. They don't have the coating. But real cells can go into something called apoptosis, and they can survive. They can go in survival mode. Your cells, if they're not fed for 3-4 days, they can survive. Cancer cell, they can't make it. You get them food today, they come to start dying off. That's why you hear people saying intermittent fasting is good. Fasting is good. The Aladura Omanen, they know that thing. They can do it well. They can fast. Jesus said, but even that thing, you do it too much, you will change the cell in your body. Come and see your trouble. So moderation to everything. Somebody say, what's about hookah? Let me tell you about hookah. Hookah is as bad as smoking anything. Because look, the lungs is for air, but not polluted air. And the hookah, some people, it depends what you put inside. Some people can put incense. Some people will put some liquid-based stuff with it. And they
we'll add
hookah
to that.
What all this
and you know the sad thing about us Liberians, okay? We see something and we just get accustomed to it and try to make it out of fashion and think that it's the thing to do.
And it can be acting cool. They be sucking on it.
It's not cool at
all. Some of them got TB and all of them sucking on the same thing.
Mouthpiece. Seriously? No.
For the love of let's be sharing. All of those things are not good for the body. All of them is not good for the body. You can't do those things to your body and expect your body to act right. So please, tonight we are informing you to create awareness. Fasting is very good. Fasting is very, very good. Hey, somebody say, make sure to keep your doctor appointment for your pap smear. Please.
It's true, yes.
Go do your checkup. Check all those areas.
Everywhere.
Look, I'm telling you.
The female part cancer, that's the most common cancer we can get.
Yes.
Cervical cancer, uterine cancer. Those are and those are very deadly cancer.
Yep.
If it's not found quickly.
Because that area go through changes so fast. Just look at when we have sex. The sperm has to travel through there. We create another whole bedding for them to get through. We got to fan them through because some of them lazy. We got to make sure they get to the egg. All those changes that happen when we get pregnant, our body take another change. All those changes happen at a particular time. But guess what? When those doors are opened by stress, when they are supposed to be closed, you're looking for trouble. Because stress can change your cells and get you cancer too. So be there. They call you warrior. Everything that happens in life, you want to worry about it. Continue. Yep. Another person said, don't forget chemo and heart failure. Yep. Look, it's a lot. And it's like we are inside it. So if you do nothing for yourself, take care of your body. Take care of your body. Somebody is asking how many in the body. I don't know what they want to know inside this body. How many what is inside the body? So if you can tell how many what you want to know inside the body, then we'll be able to answer the question correctly. You know, yes, you are very correct. You know, look, it's just too much. You're dealing with chemo to get rid of your cancer cell, but the chemo is dealing with you. At the end of the day, some people don't survive the chemo.
Annie, are you trying to say how many cells are in the body? I mean, if she's trying to say that from anatomy, I mean, you know, I said billions
and trillions.
I think what, 35 or 37, 30, in the 30s, 30 something trillion cells, either 35 or 37 or 39. I can't remember, but I think 37 trillion cells in the body. Okay.
37.2.
Somebody said, look it up and said 37.2 trillion. Not even billion, trillion.
And guess what? They all have a function in your body. So when cancer cell come there and mess things up, these people can't do the job no more.
So this body of ours is amazing in itself. So thank God he is an amazing God.
Ooh,
and thank God
he is fabulous. I know that's right. Yes, God is fabulous. And you know what? Everything that we're going through today, we were forewarned a long time ago.
Yes.
What to do to keep our body in check. Look, it is amazing. The things that the Bible already told us what we should do, but we don't listen. We don't listen. Somebody said drinking coffee is safe, right?
Moderation.
Moderation.
No more than 2 cups of coffee a day.
Some people, they're living by coffee, and they will argue with you that they've been drinking it since their mom had them, and it has done nothing to them. Well, I agree. If this is what your body cells has gotten accustomed, look, the body can adapt.
It can adapt.
And it can adapt.
But it won't,
if this
it will
is
not
what
affect
it
you
has
now
adapted
until
to,
in your older age. That you, when you want to pick up the cup, you won't be able to hold it because of from the caffeine.
Changes
because of those
from the caffeine over the years. Yep. So I don't know how much more we can tell you, but we are telling you this so that you can be aware. We're not telling you to scare you.
Knowledge is
power. We
want
you to have power.
Knowledge is
so
power.
we're giving you the knowledge. So now you can't say, I don't know. Somebody can tell you, say, I get cancer, then you join with them, you're going to the medicine man to go make medicine for the cancer to go away. Herbal tea will not fix this problem. Please. People have left America, going back home, going to Sunday bush.
Can you just imagine
They're
that?
going to Sage Bush for cancer.
Don't let no one fool you.
The people in the Sage Bush are confused.
We cannot mix Western medicine, with traditional.
No, you've been here the whole time eating McDonald's. And I deal with you, then you go back to go eat country rest. What are you talking now?
So we need to open our eyes. We're not living in a box no more.
Yeah. Yes. So tonight, again, we want to say thank you to all our viewers, Miss Annie, Derek,
Massa, Decontis, my Auntie Sano. Oh, the woman can give me hot time. And who else?
Simone,
Sis Vera, Five
Flawless Jewelry Collections,
Yama
Widow, come on.
And who else?
Jeremiah.
Yes, Jeremiah.
Bernice. Oh.
Isabella.
So somebody said they want to know what's the quantity of water do our body needs daily.
We recommend that you drink 8 glasses of 8-ounce bottle of glass of water.
Yes.
So a water bottle is 16 ounces. So if you drink 4 of those, you are fine, at least.
But if you can, make it
Just
6.
drink some. Yes, drink
Make it
some.
6. Try to get at least a liter in a day. Because I'm telling you, sneezing, coughing, talking depletes your water. And your body uses water for everything. That is why when you have to go to the bathroom and you hold it, you don't go, your body take that water from there, and then the stool gonna get hard. Because your
yes.
body don't joke around. It needs
does-
water
it
for
needs
every
water,
metabolic process. So the water is being used up. If you're not replenishing, you will start being dizzy because your blood volume now is equivalent with the water. So
If
now
you're
it's going low.
You're urinating and you look in the commode and you see your urine is still
It's
yellow.
all yellow.
Mind you, there's water in the commode. So if your urine is really, really yellow, that's
That
your
you
body
can tell
telling
is
you
yellow.
that you need to drink water because
Yeah.
it's too concentrated.
And what the body would do, it has a mechanism to let you know thirst. But at a certain age, your thirst mechanism, it becomes very low. So older people don't just get thirsty to drink. So if you have your older people at home, just give them water regularly to drink so they don't become dehydrated, because they will do it fast.
But then also, if you are drinking too much and you're thirsty too much all the time,
Then we
that's a
try to
sign
check you out
for diabetes.
again.
Yes.
So that's too
You
much.
just have
Well,
to go check yourself.
we've gone over our time today. We planned to be here for an hour and 30 minutes, but we've given you a lot to lay the foundation. Next week, you will be hearing from people who are dealing with cancer, who have dealt with cancer,
Who
and
have
they will
gone
bring you
through
their
treatment of
perspective
cancer.
of cancer
Mhm.
and how it has been for them. So please stay tuned. Come early next week so we can finish up on this topic. And remember, any topic that meets your concern, put it there,
Just
and
let us
we
know.
will discuss it with you. We will bring people who specialize in it. If we are not, we will bring them on so they throw more light. We'll get to the point where we talk about everything, right? Finances will come in so we can know how the money coming, how it going, while we're working so hard to get cancer, and then we're not using the money well. So please, please, please take care of yourself. Remember, it's Friday. Thank God it's fabulous. And it doesn't matter what you are going through.
You know, in my post for today, in Psalm, I think it's 138, verse 8, it says that the Lord has a plan for you. No matter what, He has a plan for you. So no matter what you are going through, be thankful. Give Him praise. He can change that impossible to possible. Let us not make our problems bigger than God. Instead of making the problem bigger, make your God bigger. And that problem will seem like it's nothing. We're not saying that, you'll not go through problems. Yes, do what Jesus did. But the key is always, always be thankful. Thank God. It's fabulous. Thank you all.
G. Rashi, you hold that question for when we're going to talk about energy drink, because it's necessary for this path where we on. Energy drink is one of those people that's right underneath there, and everybody think they're supposed to be some of the fun drink. But we will talk about it. We'll educate you more on the energy drink and which cup, coffee size.
Coffee size. You can do this, or if you have the long mug that has the top, if you do one of that a day, that's fine. Every now and then you can treat yourself, but if it becomes a habit.
Yep. Just think about moderation.
That's it.
Okay? Do everything you have to do. Small cup. The coffee, they're not the food. If you're trying to lose weight, that's not the way to go about it. So drink it. Some people do that.
It looked like he's a coffee drinker.
Yeah. He said, I want to make sure I got the right size cup before I start.
No, but you can use this, or like I said, they have the long cup that has the handle, and it can keep the coffee warm for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
If you do that a day, that's fine.
To show you that coffee is not just a drink that you can just play around with. If you add lime to coffee on a regular basis, you can lose fat cells. Can you imagine that?
But coffee, just plain coffee, without the cream, because if you put cream, it will curl
Just
up.
coffee, no cream, and put lime inside.
You will lose some
you
weight.
do that. It starts to make
And
you
it
lose
tastes
weight.
delicious.
It tastes good, you know. So that tell you that coffee is not just a toy you can put around with. Take a big cup and think that's the way the day gonna go down. Me, I just drinking my late coffee, and that's your third cup of the day. Take your time. Take your time. Have a good night, and we will be coming back to you next week
Friday.
with more information and the testimonials of this cancer. Good night,
All right.
and
so
please be good to yourself and your neighbors.
thank you all for watching. We will see you next week. Have a great weekend and be safe.
Be safe.
Good night.
Good night.